Hi, how's it going there? My name is Jordan Woodward. Today we're going to talk about the conflict of escalation model. We're going to use those as lenses to look at a real life situation and to analyze that and to just get a good look into how we can use that in our real lives. The situation that happened on November 18th, 2020, a gentleman walked into the Red Cliffs Mount America First Credit Union branch, and he was on the phone wearing a mask, really distraught. Walks up to the front desk secretary, hands him a note and says, while he's on the phone, that I'm being robbed, which is just something that you don't really want to say in a credit union. That front desk secretary's name is Jake. This immediately put him into a panic. He got really nervous. He hit his panic button and he reinstated to the gentleman, "Sir, you're being robbed," and said it kind of loud. And he looked at one of the managers. Her name is Alyssa, to kind of get her attention, and she overheard it and she hit her panic button. When you hit the panic button at a credit union, it notifies the local authorities that the credit union is being robbed. From the St. George News, they said that 21 officers reported to the scene and were around the Washington County Red Cliffs branch. The man was very distraught, very nervous. He was on the phone with a scammer telling him that they had his children hostage and he needed to do a wire transfer to him to let his kids safe and let them to be free. The man was an older gentleman, kind of fell for the scam, and it just created a huge mess and a big conflict with the credit union because they believed that Jake, I had an interview with Jake, and he said that he believed that the gentleman was being robbed and the people that were robbing him were outside. That's how the gentleman made it sound. So that's kind of a rundown of what happened, but let's take a look at this through the lenses of the conflict escalation model. So right off the bat, when the gentleman came in, there was a lot of tension in the room. He was really nervous. They didn't really see eye to eye with Jake. He's on the phone first off, and that just creates a lot of tension. There's some disagreement going on between him and Jake. They don't really know what is happening. They're not really seeing eye to eye on the sides of it. And Jake and the gentleman, they're kind of pushing the problem back and forth between each other, trying to figure out, okay, is this more of a serious problem? Is this just more of your problem with it being a scammer going into that third step in the model, and just trying to figure out what they're saying. And the expectations, the problem expands, and they're kind of pushing it between each other and trying to figure out, and then other people in the branch start to get involved. Alyssa hits her panic button, Jake hits his panic button, and they're trying to really figure out what is going on. Kind of towards the end of the whole scenario, the guy kind of understands, after talking to Jake for a little bit, that it is a scam, he's being scammed, and he needs to just really just let it go. And they didn't really get to an open hostility moment where they're really arguing and yelling and screaming at each other, but they're more just trying to figure out exactly what is going on and how they can best help each other. From the National Criminal Justice references, they talk about how in scenarios like that, tellers and people that work at credit unions, they get really intense when it gets pretty hostile. And that's kind of all that I have to say about that. And when you go into a credit union, be careful with wearing a mask and with everything going on. And these are all 6 of my references. There you go. Hope you have a great day. See ya.